Do you have any idea what you're doing by canceling last minute on coming to my wedding? I'm going to tell the whole family about this, and that will be the end of you. And I'm not even joking this time either, so you'd better be ready. Hi, Layla. I always knew that you wanted to pick fights with me about random things. Now, what is it this time? What wedding are you talking about? And how exactly have I canceled last minute on you when I haven't said anything yet? Huh? What do you mean by that? You really are the absolute worst. Then let me tell you what I'm talking about again. This wedding that I'm telling you about, it's an event where a couple gets married to one another. You know, because they love each other and want to show everyone. I see, and I'm sure it's pretty difficult for someone like you to explain what a wedding is to me. Just an FYI though, Layla, I know what a wedding is, so you don't have to take the time explaining all of that to me. I'm just asking what wedding you're talking about because I don't ever remember canceling last minute on you. Playing dumb like that in order to get me to not become upset with you is not going to work. How much of a jerk are you, May? Like, seriously, I know you're aware what day today is, and I will not let you get away with what you've done. Hey now, I don't think I'm that much of a jerk. I mean, I'm still talking with you even though you've said so many harsh things to me, right? And you talking to me like that is why I'm calling you a jerk. You are such a smartass. Not only are you a total lowlife, but as a human in general, you freaking suck. And that's why people like myself hate your guts. But tell me, what's made you hate me so much like that in the first place? I don't think I've ever done anything wrong when around you. At least nothing warranting this kind of abuse. Because back when you first came and met all of my family, you acted like a total smartass in front of them all. Do you understand what I mean by that? Everyone in my family are elites. Yet you came in acting like some kind of know-it-all in front of everyone when you're nothing more than a stupid lowlife. All I was doing was responding to all the cruel things you were saying about me. The rest of your family was completely fine with me at the time, besides you, actually. If anything, you were the one acting like a smartass towards me, right? That's because I am smart. I'm the one who's going to be running a company, unlike you. Are you in charge of anything, May? Do you have a company of your own that you built from the ground up? No, I'm not really running my own company or anything. Then that means my family and I are far smarter than you and better. Because my family and I are all running a company that we did start. And right now, I even have a smaller business of my own. I can't believe you still have to brag about something like that at your age. I have to, because you keep on acting like that every time I have something to say, you jerk. You lowlifes should only be doing one thing, and that's listening to what the rest of us say to you. Then explain to me why you're getting married to Rob. I don't mind you saying things like that to me, but he is on the same level of lowlife as I am, right? I mean, we come from the same house and everything. That's because it's up to me to decide who is really a lowlife and who isn't. And the thing with Rob is that he has himself put together into this cute package for me. He's really tall, and he has the body that any model would be dreaming of having. So I was thinking of making him just that, a model. I knew you saw things that way with him. Also, when thinking about having kids with a man like him, all our kids will be getting his looks, but they won't have to inherit anything like having been a lowlife. I'll make sure to take great care of a man like Rob, so please don't worry about him, May. With a reason for wanting to be married to him like that one, there is no way I'm going to just shut up and let it happen. Oh, that's right, marriage. You've really gone and done it now. I still cannot believe that a lowlife like you would be willing to stand me up on my wedding day. I'll make sure my whole family crushes you under their feet. And according to your wedding invitation, your wedding isn't happening for another 10 years. What? So your wedding will be taking place 10 years from now, right? I'm going to assume that I'm not the only one with an invitation like this one. Most likely everyone that got your invitation is thinking that your wedding will take place in 10 years. In 10 years? Huh? There's no way that's actually written on my invitations. And even if it did say that, you'd think everyone would have known there was a mistake there and have told me about it already, right? Perhaps they think it's just another one of your jokes, since you always seem to think you're above everyone else. I'm going to have a look for myself right now. Oh, crap. You weren't lying. I just had a look at one of the copies, and it says my wedding is happening 10 years from now. Seriously, how could a mistake as big as this happen to me? Well, have you seen yourself and how you behave? Honestly, the only thing I'm a little shocked by is it taking you until your wedding day to notice a mistake like that. The one that made all of those invitations was Rob, though. I did nothing wrong here and cannot be blamed for this one. He told me to leave all of the invitations to him so that I didn't have to stress about it. This is such a pain in the ass for me now. Seriously? It's your fault for leaving something as important as that in his hands, though. Have you seen my brother before? He is the last person you'd want to leave in charge of something as important as the wedding invitations. So then this must mean that none of the other guests have come to your wedding yet, right? My parents are here right now. Also, some of the well-respected men from my dad's work are here as well that he invited to come along. Then that means you're going to have yourself one hell of a time today. What are you going to do about all of that? This might just end up ruining your guys' image as company owners and operators, right? Shut the hell up. Unlike you, I have a lot of things that make me respectable, and something like this won't tarnish my name. I can start calling everyone up right now and have them come out immediately to celebrate me. All I have to do is delay the wedding a little until I've gotten all of my guests here. If you're able to get all of your guests to come last minute, that would be insane, but... Hey, Rob. Seems like things are really going off the rails over there. Are you going to be all right? I saw that the date on your invitations are all wrong and that you're to blame for that.
It seems that way, doesn't it? I was wondering who was at fault for that.
Well, it just so happened to have been you that made such a drastic mistake, right?
I don't think so. I don't make mistakes like that, so it couldn't have been me. But for some reason, it seems that Layla's pissed off with me, so I'd better go figure out why that is.
Who was the one that made all those wedding invitations again?
There's no mistaking that it was me. You got one of the ones that I made for you, right? I put some of my own special touches on all of them for the people I love.
And who was it that wrote down all of the dates on these wedding invitations?
Of course, that was me as well. No mistaking that. After all, I was the one who made all those invitations.
Then when it comes to who ended up making such a mistake, like writing the wrong year on the card, who could be at fault?
I've thought about that, but I can't put my finger on who it could be. There must have been someone in the mix that made that mistake.
I know that you're my little brother and all, but dude, you're kind of freaking lost. You even landed a woman like Kayla, so if this whole marriage thing does happen, I wonder what kind of family you'll both make. By the way, are you really going to get married to Layla?
Of course I'm marrying her. After all, she's next in line to becoming the CEO of that company, Rockstar Incorporated, right? I would never let a woman like her slip through my fingers.
Oh. So you're that kind of way as well when it comes to marriage?
I mean, Rockstar Incorporated is a very famous company, right? They even have commercials airing on TV and billboards all over the United States.
Well, if even you know about the company, I suppose it is really famous.
Right? And Layla's the daughter of that company's CEO. There is no mistaking the fact that she is absolutely loaded, right? I have to marry that treasure chest.
So it's the both of you who are done for then?
She also happens to have a cute little face that I could just smooch on for days and days. Also, she's wearing only the most expensive brands of clothing. That makes her tight body look so freaking good to me. The funny thing is, though, she says that I'm the good-looking one between the both of us. She thinks that I have a better figure than her, and that's why she always gives me those brand new clothes to wear, which I'm totally okay with. She also wants me to become a model, though, which honestly sounds terrible, and I don't want to do it.
What brands are you talking about?
Well, she's into all those famous ones, you know. But the stuff she gives to me all looks like stuff I've never seen before. Yet she tells me it's very famous and expensive. She even gives me pajamas from those brands to wear. I think that it's starting to become too much for me, though. I know that she's into me for my looks, though, so as long as I keep on looking good for her, she won't let me go, and I can have access to that sweet, sweet moolah.
I was thinking of stepping in and handling the situation for you if you looked like you needed help. But it seems like you have it all figured out. Although it doesn't seem like today's wedding is going to end up happening unless you're okay with barely any guests there.
What? Why would that bother me?
Remember how I said that your invitation states that your wedding takes place in 10 years? And who is to blame for that?
10 years from now? But when I made all those invitations for you guys, I made sure to hand them to Layla to do the final check on them. Well, it'll all be fine. I don't need any of those guests here anyway. Layla told me that her dad will be inviting all of his employees to come and take up some seats.
What? What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure that he wants to show this wedding off to everyone from his company, right? He will invite them all to come here right now. They all dress in suits for work, so they'll fit in just fine here. Everything is going to be just fine when it comes to them.
I see then. You'll have yourselves a fake audience there now. And now that everything is ready to go, we'll be starting our special wedding. Did you think that nobody would be coming to my wedding today? What's that? What ended up happening then? I just told you, my dad would be inviting all of his friends and workers to come and join us at my wedding today, and now I'm showing you. I told you that, right? And now that my wedding is filled with guests, I can send you a picture proving it. Ah. It does seem as though there's a large crowd of people at your wedding now, but something's off about that. Just everyone seems a bit stiff and awkward. Is it just me that thinks everyone there looks like they're not having a very good time? Huh? Now, you tell me what you're trying to say about my wedding right now. Are you trying to say that all these people my parents brought into my wedding don't even know who I am or why they need to be here? I'm sorry, I heard something from Rob about that. From what he was saying, all of those people are being paid to be there by your dad in order to fill up the wedding and make it look good, right? I mean, they're all on company time, right? Huh? Why the hell would he bring something like that up with you? Well, you only told me about how your wedding was today a little over an hour ago. And for you to have all those people there within an hour when they would have most likely not expected there to be a wedding today? Well, that just seemed impossible to me. Even if Rob didn't tell me anything, I would have known that they weren't the people you planned on having there today. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Even if that's the case, at least I have all these people here now. This proves that both myself and my family have that kind of godly power. We are far superior to you lowlifes. Ugh, so did you just start texting me again just to boast about something like that? I'm not boasting about anything, though. I'm just giving you the facts is all. And if you still have time, how about you come on out here and enjoy the wedding? I am totally fine not going to that mess. Now, you and my brother have a wonderful wedding today. Huh? This is the wedding that your little brother is a part of, and you're going to just skip it with that cold attitude? What's that all about? I have specifically invited you out to come and experience a gorgeous wedding that someone like you will never have the chance of experiencing again. All of you know that this wedding cost $300,000 to put together. You're joking, right? Wait, really? You're spending that kind of money on a wedding and you let something as important as the date on the invitation be wrong by 10 years? I guess I can see why you want to try anything you can to get me to feel jealous for you after such a simple yet dire mistake as that almost ruined everything today. If you already know how much this has been stressing me out, then come here. Please, May. There's that Layla I've known about. But no matter how much you beg, I can't make it out there today. You already have a lot of random people there, right? So your wedding will be just fine the way it is. You jerk!
Layla, what's going on with you now? Your dad seemed to be furious about something just then. Who made him that upset?
You did, you brain-dead asshole! You went and screwed up the date on our wedding invitations by 10 damn years! You shouldn't even question why my dad, of all people, would be furious now.
But it was you that went and looked over all the invitations before we sent them out, right? In other words, that means you're just as responsible for all of this as I am, right?
Huh? Why should I be at fault?
Well, because you were supposed to notice a mistake like that one, right? Why would you suggest being the one to do a final check over everything if you're not even going to take any responsibility for a mistake you made?
What you're saying to me right now is like that of an elementary schooler. This is what makes you a damn lowlife.
You're calling me a lowlife? Is that how you always thought of me?
Well, of course that's how I've thought of you this whole time. The only reason I'm wanting to marry you is because you're good looking. On the inside, you are completely screwed up and at a level that is close to a total dumbass. Hell, you're so stupid that you must have been that way before becoming a lowlife. You're the direct definition of an idiot. A brainless idiot.
Is that all you have to say about me? I'm only in this marriage for your family's money.
What?
If I'm the direct definition of an idiot, then you're the direct definition of a bully. I only ever started talking with you in the hopes that I could marry you and use you for your money. There you go.
Huh. I see. So you just wanted to experience your dreams of being rich by using me. Then allow me to take those dreams away from you forever. This wedding is not happening anymore, and our marriage is off. Now you've gone and gotten the opposite results, you idiot.
What? Why?
Why are you asking me why? Can't you already see the reason why? You really think that someone like me would want to make your dreams of making you rich come true when all you are is a brain-dead lowlife?
But you're into my looks and want to make me a model, right?
That's the truth, but I can find myself a far better looking man than you, who isn't just into me for my family's money. If anything, using the power and influence my dad has, I can find myself an actor to marry, no problem. I have no use for your stupid ass anymore.
All right already. I'll become that dang model you've been wanting me to be, and I'll wear all those uncool clothes. You've wanted me to become a model for that specific group of branded clothing you're always having me wear, right? There you go. Now, please, let's get back to enjoying this wedding so that you can feel like a princess again.
Huh? Those clothes are all freaking cool. You just don't have any taste when it comes to high fashion.
What? No matter how I've tried wearing that clothing, it's lame. If I had to choose between wearing a trash bag or those brands, I'd choose the trash bag without any hesitation.
You're making fun of my brands that way? Don't you dare think this is over with. Do you have any idea how much stock I've bought from those brands?
And I told you that if you really wanted me to model for them, I will. Now let's get back to this wedding and get married. Come on. I want to become a part of Rockstar Incorporated. All right?
Who would want you being a part of this family? You get the hell out of here, you lost cause of a lowlife. What the actual frick? You and your sister are both the most mentally exhausting siblings on the planet. Hey! I'm going to make you responsible for all of this trouble as well. It's because of you that half of this had to happen today. What? What all was my fault? Because as far as I'm aware, I haven't done anything at all besides reply back to you today. My dad is frickin' pissed off with everyone right now. He went as far as to call all of his employees to come here today and watch my wedding, yet it's being canceled now and he's been left embarrassed. I've been left embarrassed. I'm sure that would be pretty embarrassing to have to sit through, though. I mean, that poor man had even brought along some of his elite friends, and they had to sit there and watch as his daughter's wedding fell apart. He's asking for me to pay for this whole wedding as a way of showing that I'm sorry. Hey, what the hell am I going to do about all of this? Is there a reason as to why you're asking me that? I don't have anything to do with your wedding, so just go figure something out by yourself. And since the wedding and marriage are off, that means you and I are no longer going to become family and are just strangers. Which means you really shouldn't be texting me about all of your personal problems right now because it's very rude. It's because you never stepped in as the older sister and disciplined Rob that he's become such a helpless idiot. When an animal makes mistakes like that, it's at the fault of its caretaker. In other words, that means all of this is your fault. Rob is not some animal, though, and I do not take care of him. Is that right? You both are equally lowlifes, which means that the both of you are animals. And no animal knows how to take care of another animal, right? Oh, you just keep those jabs coming, Layla. You just keep those jabs coming. Let me just say that you're not in the position to be preaching to me in any way like that. Huh? What do you mean by that? Layla, all of those hurtful and outright inappropriate comments you've made about me are not things that the future CEO of Rockstar Inc. should be openly saying to others, right? What would happen if people were to begin to find out about all of these comments? What? Do you have any idea what that might do to you and your family? You should already know what toll that would take on the company. You've been in line to take over that company from your father, and that means all the things you say and do come with. To put this into your own words, you are a pet, and your owner is Rockstar Inc. And that means the owner will have to take responsibility for your actions in the end. That's how things work in your world, right? What are you trying to say then? I'm saying that I could go out right now and show the world what the daughter of Rockstar's CEO has said about me. Then there would be a loss of faith in Rockstar Inc. And that would leave your father in tears as he has to deal with the shame that has been brought upon him and his company by you. That might even be the final straw for him, and he'll never be able to forgive you again, right? What? The reason I haven't already gone out and done something like that already is because I'm a very considerate person. What? Wait, but if you go out and do that, you won't be gaining anything, right? That's right, I really wouldn't be. But it would make me feel a little bit better at least. I've been treated quite horribly for a while now by you, right? Okay, I get it. I'll take back all of the things I've said to you before. I'll say that I've learned my lesson and will apologize to you for all of it. I'm sorry. I was just caught in the moment and started to ramble on about things. All right, I'll take that apology into consideration. Now, goodbye forever, Layla. What? Hold on just a moment. So this is how things end? You're just going to abandon me in a way such as that? I mean, all of your problems you have right now were caused by you, right? And even if you want to make my brother responsible for some of your problems, you both still have nothing to do with me. I can't just blame all of this on Rob, though. We can't even talk to one another anymore thanks to all that's happened. What I'm saying is that it's not my job to be taking care of your self-inflicted problems. Just go talk with your father and try to make up for what you did. There is no way he and I can make up after what happened, and that brand is going to fail because of me. My dad gave me a lot of money to go and start up my own company or brand, and so that's what I went out and did. That brand? What brand are you talking about now? Are you talking about that brand of clothing, or should I say brands of clothing you were making my brother wear? I started to design clothing that I wanted people to wear and hired someone to make a brand that could sell my clothing. I started to buy stocks in it as well, and soon the one brand became multiple, but I just needed someone to start modeling the clothing for me. So that's why you took my brother, who happens to be very tall and slender, and wanted to make him into your model? Well, if he was always saying no to you about becoming your model, how freaking lame is your clothing? I wanted to use our wedding and have him dress up in some of the clothes so that I could announce that the brands are a huge deal and that people should buy them. Wait, you wanted to do that at today's wedding? I see, so that's why it ended up costing you $300,000 in total. Yet the only people that ended up coming were my parents and a bunch of middle-aged men from my dad's company. And those older men that are really powerful and close to my dad, if I had to make that announcement and have Rob model in front of all those people, there wouldn't have been any good results. Today's wedding wasn't just meant to be some stupid old wedding. There was a whole fashion show behind it that was made to sell my brands to the world. Is that so? Well, that's too bad then. But this is all what was coming for you, right? Shut your mouth. Part of what happened is because of your little brother. Well, even if some of it is, none of it has to do with me. And we both know very well that my brother is a complete fool and has nothing in that cute head of his besides packing peanuts. Yet you still chose to marry him, right? In other words, the reason this all happened is because of your choices. It doesn't matter how good of a face and body he has. This is totally the end for me. I'm going to take so much damage from all of this that I'll never be able to go anywhere again. And when my dad decides to get rid of me, I'll be utterly done for. Anywho, good luck fixing all those mistakes you've made. Oh, and when you have time, tell all your family about me and come crush me, okay? Are you all right, Rob? It looked like you were pretty sad after all of that.
Of course I'm sad after that. I lost my chance to dip my hands into the money of Rockstar Incorporated. That fish was just too big for me, I guess.
You really had such an unlikable attitude, dude.
Also, I'm being asked by her dad to pay for that wedding with her. Why do I have to do that? I'm not responsible for any of that crap.
No, I think you are responsible for at least half of what ended up happening. Also, you went and told your fiancé the real reason why you wanted to marry her, and it had nothing to do with love, right? I'm sorry to say this, but you're getting what you asked for with this one.
I guess there was no helping it then. Whatever, I guess. At least the people Layla had been showing me to before in the modeling business are going to give me a contract working with them.
What?
I guess I'll go work with them for a bit now. And if things go really well for me, I think I'll have a better chance of finding myself a woman that has lots of money to spare.
Rob, you're only asking for more trouble by saying things like that. Well, at least when it comes to myself, watching from the sidelines was quite enjoyable. I'm sure having to pay off $300,000 is going to be hell for you, but at least you can suffer alongside Layla for a bit.
I don't want to ever see that jerk again. I don't even care about Rockstar Incorporated or anyone involved with them anymore. Next time, I'm going to make sure I can marry someone rich.
Well, good luck to you then, Rob. Although I'm not sure if there's going to be anyone else besides Layla that is crazy enough to marry a complete moron like you. After that, Layla was forced to take on the full magnitude of that wedding's costs, and this led to her brands having to take a break for a while. Rather, she could no longer create designs for said brands and would be asked to stop working with them as the owner looked for more popular styles. Layla was also disowned by her family not too long after, and she could no longer flaunt the fact that she was the daughter of a CEO to anyone. After that, she was quite literally left with no house and no money for a little while and had to resort to selling all those stocks she'd bought, which didn't make her much due to those brands' infancy. All I know now is that it's going to be a very large journey for her to pay off her half of the wedding costs. And hopefully she was able to take out a good loan with not too high of interest. Really, it's ironic to think about how often she would call me a lowlife and everything, only to end up one herself not too long after. I heard that she just landed herself a short-term job, though, out on a ranch somewhere way outside of the city, and will have to go live there for a bit in order to make money. She, however, has not yet lost that dream of making a very famous brand using her designs, so we'll just have to see where that all goes. I just hope she knows that working on a ranch of all places is hard work and that those cattle are no joke. Maybe I'll be seeing her in the news someday, talking about how she got stampeded by a herd of them or something. When it comes to Rob, he went and started to work for that modeling company that Layla introduced him to, and is now starring on the fronts of magazines everywhere. All of the money he brings in from his modeling goes right into paying off his half of that wedding, leaving him with only enough money for an apartment and some food. All I can say is at least he's making good money and becoming more famous, which just goes to show how unfair life really is. I honestly wonder what Layla thinks whenever she sees her ex's face on all those magazines and on some billboards. I'm sure that fills her heart with rage at all times, or also possibly some regret. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Jenny, are you there? I was just wondering if you really grew up in those musty old public housing apartments. I had heard that you did, but I just have to know for myself. Are you really still living in a place like that? To be honest, I have to say that I was really, really surprised to hear that that was true. I mean, I just can't imagine someone like your brother Tyler coming from a place like that. I can't even picture it if I try.
Hello, Paula. First, I'd just like to say thank you for today and all that you did. I was glad that we were finally able to see each other after having gone so long without having done so. As for where Tyler and I grew up, well, yes, it really is true that we didn't have that much money growing up, and that we were living in public housing for a while.
That's crazy. I really had no idea about any of that at all. I mean, when you told me, I know that I'd heard hints about it before this, but I didn't get the full truth until today. It made me sad to think about it first, but then I realized that it's really just goes to show how far Tyler's come and how hard he's worked to get where he is in life.
Well, yes, I really agree with you there. I think that Tyler has always been the kind of person to throw himself into his work. I remember when he was little, he was already talking about how he would want to be a lawyer when he grew up. And even though everyone told him it wouldn't be easy and that it would take a lot of work, he finally managed to find a study plan that worked for him, even if he is a bit of a late bloomer.
Should you really be calling your brother that? I mean, you're not jealous of all that Tyler's been able to do with his life, right?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure what you mean about that. What would there even be that I should be jealous of?
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, Tyler studied and lived abroad. He knows many foreign languages, and he's just a really smart, successful guy. He could probably go work anywhere in the world he wanted or do any job that he felt like at this point. And now he's finally coming back home to study for law school. He is just really the cream of the crop when you think about it. I mean, he could probably do whatever he set his mind to.
Oh, I see what you mean by that. Yes, I suppose if you put it all like that, then it does make my brother sound pretty cool. And of course, I think that Tyler probably could do just about anything he tried his best at.
Oh, come on. Are you still really just not going to give it up for Tyler? You still have nitpicks to make? Honestly, for a younger sister, I would have thought that at least the thing that you and I could bond over would be talking about what an amazing older brother you have. But I guess I can understand why you might feel a little jealous at a time like this. After all, someone like you might just get left behind by Tyler one day.
Left behind by Tyler? I'm sorry, Paula. Are you trying to tell me that you think my brother is going to just abandon me one day? Because if that's what you're worried about, then I appreciate the warning, but I really don't think that's something that's going to happen.
Wow, well, someone sure is full of themselves today, aren't you? You must really think that nothing bad could ever happen to you. You're just so sure that your brother would never leave you, huh? Maybe I just don't understand since I grew up a single child and didn't have any siblings at all. So you should really just consider yourself lucky for the time that you've had with Tyler. It sounds to me like you've been able to live a pretty easy life thanks to you just being related to him.
I really wouldn't say I had an easy life next to Tyler, and I really don't think that all little sister does is idolize her older brother. I understand that you're a single child, so maybe you don't actually understand, but being siblings isn't really like that. Or at least, I never really felt the same kind of adoration that you seem to have for my brother.
I see. Well, I'm so sorry if I made any assumptions about you or your relationship. I guess it's just that when I heard the truth about where you and Tyler came from, well, I don't know. I suppose we all have our little pet peeves, isn't that right? I wasn't trying to say that you were lucky just because of who your brother is. I just mean that, well, it sure is lucky that your brother ended up the way that he did is all. Surely we can both agree on that at least, right?
I'm sorry, but am I really talking to Paula right now? I don't know, you just seem so different from when I met you earlier. I don't know what it is, but you just seem more rude than you were when we were all together in person. And I guess that I just had this impression of you as being a little more nice.
What are you saying, Ginny? You couldn't possibly be insinuating that I'm being mean to you, right? I just know that you would never say that. But you are saying that I'm not living up to whatever idea of me that you had in your head, is that right? I guess that you shouldn't have just assumed who I was at face value. But I think it's sad that you think I'm trying to be mean to you when all I'm doing is talking to you frankly. Can you not handle a little honesty now and then?
Well, honesty and frankness are certain things, but I know way too many people who use those words as an excuse to bully others.
Okay, let's get something straight here. You do realize that I am married to your brother, right? You and I are sisters-in-law, and I am not afraid to use my position to cut you off from your brother.
Oh, don't worry. You don't need to worry about what I was saying. I was mostly just talking to myself anyways. Anyways, I heard that you have a job and that you've decided to keep it even after getting married. But if you and my brother have kids, would you still work, or do you think you'd quit your job?
Wow, you really need to learn how to ask just a bit more subtly. It's so obvious what you're trying to get at, but I don't really see why it's any of your business if I chose to be a housewife or not. So I don't really see why you think that you can ask me something like that in the first place.
I see. So then I am going to go ahead and take that as you saying that you don't plan to keep working after you have kids with my brother. I don't see why you're making such a big deal of that, though. I mean, there's no need to hide that from me.
I'm not hiding anything from you. I just don't see why I should have to share every detail of my life with you as well. And just why do you care so much anyways? I don't see how my plans for starting a family with your brother have anything to do with you. And I know that Tyler doesn't care what I choose to do either.
Oh, really? Are you sure about that? Because I was talking with Tyler, and I remember him telling me that he was planning to ask you to keep your job, even after you two have kids. But I guess you're telling me something different now, so I just want to know what is exactly going to end up happening between the two of you when that finally does happen.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that you've already talked about this with your brother and now you're asking me about it? Not only that, but you're telling me that he told you something different from what I'm telling you? I don't really care what you think you've heard about the situation. I know that even if I do choose to quit my job, that Tyler is still going to be there to take care of me no matter what. In fact, I really don't even get why you're being so nosy into our business like this. This has nothing to do with you at all, and I really do wish that you would just butt out of what doesn't concern you.
You know, Paula, if you ask me, this whole conversation has been pretty pointless in the way that you've told me basically nothing. But don't you worry, I can always just go and talk to my brother and double check with him about all of this. Or rather, I'm going to talk to him and double check that he still really wants to stay married to a woman like you.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? What kind of woman am I exactly that you don't think that I'm good enough to be with your brother? You know what? I don't think that I'm the problem here at all. If anyone is, I think that it's you. You're the one asking me all these personal questions. You're the one being a nosy little creep. All I'm doing is trying to be honest with you and have a decent conversation, but you don't like my answers and you're being a bully.
And you're the one that says my brother's life isn't my business, and that you're not afraid to use your role as his future wife to try and come between the two of us.
Jenny, are you there? You and I have to have a serious conversation right this second. Please, I need to know right now, is your older brother Tyler actually going out with Paula? Is that really true?
Oh wow, Frida, I feel like I haven't heard from you in forever. Where's all this coming from? Why do you want to know if my brother is dating Paula? What's that got to do with anything?
Is it really true? I just wanted to make sure that I didn't see something wrong, but I was actually just in town earlier and I happened to see who I could swear was your brother and Paula walking down the street together. And they were holding hands and looking all coupley and stuff like that, so I just want to know, is it really true? Are those two actually going out with one another?
Wait a second. I'm a little confused here, Frida. I mean, how do you even know about Paula in the first place? I didn't realize that you two even knew each other at all.
Of course I know who she is. In fact, she really hasn't changed at all in how she looks, but she was just a couple of grades above me when I was in high school. So I didn't actually know her that well, but while we were at school together, she was known for just having a really, really nasty personality. And we were actually in some of the same sports teams, so even though we weren't friends, I had to deal with her as a team captain, and she was just the worst.
Oh, really? I had no idea that you two went to the same school or that you were on the same teams. I don't think you ever mentioned any of that to me. But I guess I should have expected that even back in high school, she was still just as nasty as she is today. We actually met up and grabbed meal for the first time in quite a while yesterday. I happened to mention to her about how Tyler and I were raised in public housing, and she then just got started being really disrespectful and looking down on us for that.
Wait a second. You two went out to get lunch together? Did you really do something like that with someone like her?
Well, I thought that it would be a good way to get to know her. And it's not like she actually mean to me while we were together in person. But after we left the restaurant, she started to text me. And that's when she said all kinds of mean things about how my brother and I were raised. But yeah, we go out together to eat as a family now and then since Paula is married to my brother.
Wait, no way. Are you serious? You mean to tell me that your brother is actually married to Paula? Oh my gosh. I think that I'm actually in shock right now. But if I can warn you just a little bit more about Paula, she really is nothing but bad news. I mean, even when we were in high school, all that she looked for in a partner were looks and money, and didn't care about anything beyond that.
You mean that even in high school she was like that? That's crazy. Why would a high schooler even be obsessed with money like that?
I told you that she had a reputation in my school. Everyone knew her as a big bully who would always try and flirt with the handsome boys. And she would always be breaking up couples by having affairs with their boyfriend. She just wasn't satisfied until she felt like she was able to make a man all hers. I mean, she would even steal some of the boyfriends of the girls who hung out with her and called her their friend. Did you know that she even got with a boy that I was dating in high school?
Wait a second. I think I remember you telling me something about that. Are you telling me that Paula's that girl from high school that you would always complain to me about? The girl who bullied you and stole your boyfriend is the exact same Paula that is married to my brother?
Oh, I forgot that I had mentioned some of these stories to you already. But yes, I think that the bully from my high school and your brother's wife are indeed the same person.
Oh, wow. Well, this is all just coming as a big shock to me. I mean, I had no idea that the world could even get this small. But what are we going to do? I mean, if my brother married your high school bully, and she's really still as bad now as she was back then, well, then what's going to happen? Because I'll be honest, I really try not to have anything to do with her if I can help it.
And I think that that is a good way to go about handling things with her, but I don't see how you're going to escape her when she's married to your brother. Maybe you can try talking to him a little bit, tell him about how she's treated you and how this is a pattern of behavior for her. Then maybe he'll listen to you and divorce her.
I really wonder if something like that could work. I mean, I could talk to him about this, but I don't know if that will make him want to divorce her. Although, I have to say that Paula really does a good job of hiding her bad side from people when she's in public. When I first met her in person, she was very charming and nice, and I really didn't pick up on anything that was off about her at all. And well, you know how nice the house that I live in now is, right? Well, I think that she saw that, and that's why she's being so nice to me at first, but her act didn't really last much longer than that.
Well, I'm sure that whatever she did to the house was all because she sees it as hers now, but isn't the house where you live actually your parents' house? Maybe she really is trying to get the house somehow.
You mean that Paula's just pretending to be a good daughter-in-law to my parents so that she can get the house from me?
Well, I really wouldn't put something like that past a woman like Paula, if I can be honest with you.
But, I mean, maybe if I show Tyler the messages that she was sending to me after we met, it might help persuade him a little.
But man, this is really surprising. I mean, this is really a kind of clash of the worlds for me right now. By the way, does your brother still work as a manager for that huge company? Because I heard that he lived in a big condo and that he was living abroad and doing all kinds of cool things. The news about Paula is pretty surprising and sad, but it sounds to me like Tyler's worked really hard to make it in this world.
Well, my brother is a lawyer right now, so he doesn't work for any kind of company or anything like that. And as far as I knew, he isn't living in some kind of fancy condo building or anything like that either. Where did you hear any of that news from?
Well, I mean, this is just what I saw when I saw Paula on the street. It was her and a guy that looked a bit like your brother leaving a nice condo building together. And she was hanging onto his arm and they were laughing as they left the building, or at least that's what I saw anyways.
Wait a second. You're telling me that you saw Paula walk out of some apartment building holding onto some other guy's arm? Well, I think that whoever he is, it probably wasn't my brother.
But then, oh my. Well, I hope that I didn't just accidentally give you some really, really bad news right now.
Actually, I think that you might have just really, really helped me out in dealing with all of this. You've given me a lead on some information that might be worth following up on. Thank you so much for telling me about all of this, Frida. It really, really means a lot. Hey, Paula, are you there? I was just wondering about where you all were. I actually just touched down and I'm at the airport right now, but I can't see you guys.
Hold on a second. Are you telling me that you actually showed up to the airport? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that you actually came. It's not like you were even invited to be here in the first place.
Sorry? What do you mean? I am literally family of the groom. Why wouldn't I be here?
Oh, please, I know that you only came here so that you could leech off your family and score a free trip to Bali. But the only people that we invited to our amazing overseas wedding are the important family members, which means not you. You barely even count as family, to be honest. So, now that you know that nobody even wants you here, how about you just turn around and hop on a flight back home, huh?
Are you kidding me? Paula, what are you even talking about? I literally got an invitation to be here from my brother. What are you going on about? Are you sure that there's not some kind of mistake here or something like that?
Wow, are you being serious? You are just too much sometimes, do you know that? Did you really come all this way just to try and leech off your lawyer brother? I bet that you didn't even pay for this trip. You probably asked Tyler to pay for your ticket. Did you really think that you were going to get away with this?
I literally don't even know what you're talking about. Tyler literally thanked me for making the trip out, so I don't know what this is even about.
What it's about is the fact that nobody even invited you here in the first place. I invited friends and family and all the important people who I want to be here. But I know for a fact that I did not invite some poor little nobody like you to my wedding.
Okay, you know what? This whole thing is just so stupid. I flew out all this way, but if you really want me to go back, then I will. Just know that you'll regret this.
Go ahead and try to hit me with your best shot. But I know for a fact that there isn't a single thing that a poor little loser like you is going to be able to do to me. I mean, you've never been able to make anything out of your life at all. You were raised in public housing, and all your life you've just been relying on your brother and his money to take care of you. You really are just pathetic, do you know that? How about you try growing up and taking care of your own needs for once? When are you finally going to leave your brother alone?
Did my brother tell you that? Did he tell you that he was taking care of me and providing for me this whole time?
I mean, he's told me all about how you two grew up when you were younger, and I was able to read between the lines and figure out what he was really saying. But what really let me figure out everything was the fact that you were raised in public housing. I mean, only the poorest of the poor, I'm talking the most pathetic creatures on the planet, live in a place like that. So, if you were really living there, then it's obvious that the only person who was probably bringing in any money at all for you guys was your brother, wasn't it?
Have you ever actually tried asking my brother about if any of this is true at all? Because judging from what you're saying, I'm sure that you haven't.
I don't need to bother my busy husband with such silly little questions. But he did tell me all about how you never worked an honest day in your life and how he had to do all that he could to take care of his family when he was younger.
Okay, well, if he actually said that, then it sounds to me like he was over-exaggerating greatly the role that he actually played.
I should have expected that you'd say something like that. It doesn't surprise me at all. You can't even give your brother a little bit of credit, can you? But you know what? Since you've come all this way and now you're turning back before even leaving the airport, I think that we're just going to take this opportunity to cut all ties with you.
You know what? If you two really want to do things that way, then that is just fine with me. Enjoy the wedding.
Ginny, you have to come back here right now. I know that you can still make your flight to Bali if you try. Please, you have to come back. We'll give you a ticket and everything.
What do you want this time, Paula? Why in the world would I go back to the airport after I've already left to go back home? In fact, you were the one that told me to go home in the first place, remember?
I know, but I take back all of what I said. I need you to get back here right now so that we can go to Bali. Please, you have to come back right this second.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. And if you're looking for someone to blame for that, I recommend starting with yourself. You told me that you didn't want me to be at your wedding or to have anything to do with you or my brother ever again.
I know, and I shouldn't have said that, and I'm really, really sorry that I did. So can you please just come back already? I'll apologize for everything, so please just come back so we can all go.
I really have no idea what has gotten into you, because you to suddenly change your mind like this, Paula. Literally just an hour ago, you were telling me the exact opposite thing. So why should I go back? What would be the point? What makes you think I even want to go on a trip that will involve you now?
I had no idea that it's all thanks to you that Tyler was able to become a lawyer. I really had no idea at all. But when I told Tyler that I had managed to get rid of you, he completely lost it.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. I'm just glad that you finally told my brother the truth about what was going on between us. But I'm afraid that you're doing all of this way too late now. I mean, you already said that you weren't going to talk to me ever again.
But I really had no idea of the role you played in your brother's life. I thought it was amazing that he was able to become a lawyer with his background, but I never knew that you were helping him to achieve that this whole time.
Well, the way you're making it sound, it seems like my brother might not like to talk about all of that either. After all, you were saying about how he was bragging all about how he had done everything by himself. So it sounds to me like you were both lying to each other about things.
But, I mean, now that I know the truth, you have to know that I have nothing but gratitude for all that you did for him. And that's why I'm so sorry for the things that I said.
As you should be. You've been nothing but mean to me, and even to convince your parents to shun me as well.
But it's only because I thought that you and your family were all poor losers. I thought that Tyler was the only good one out of you all, so that's why I tried to keep my distance.
And I guess now you figured that Tyler might have been overselling himself to you just a little bit? When you were telling me all about what he had told you, I was wondering how long these lies of his were going to stand unchallenged. But I guess the truth just kind of has a way of making its way out, doesn't it?
But it really is all thanks to you that Tyler was able to become the man that he is today. I thought that you were just hanging around because you wanted access to my family and Tyler's money, but it's not true at all.
If you had just listened to what I was trying to tell you from the very start, you would have already figured that out. But just don't forget that you were the one working off all of these assumptions, and that you were the one that told me to turn around and go home today.
I know I said that, but I didn't know the whole truth. You can't blame me for that, right?
But I'm surprised. Are you really telling me that my brother told you nothing about the way that I helped put him through school so that he could become a lawyer?
Well, he might have mentioned something about you being there for him and all, but I thought that just meant you were giving him moral support. I didn't realize you were the one actually paying for his school.
Well, it sounds like you and Tyler both misled each other, doesn't it? I suppose in light of this, I'll have to tell the law firm I recommended Tyler to that he might not be such a great fit.
Wait, no, you can't do this to us, please. You have to know that it really was an honest mistake. I really had no idea how much you make. If I knew, then I would have never, ever said any of the things that I did to you.
And there we have it. I think I've just read about all I need to from you. It seems like I have a few calls to make, so you two have a nice life and enjoy the wedding. After that, Tyler lost his job offer at a friend of mine's law firm. Of course, Tyler knew that the reason he had lost it all was because of Paula, and so not long after the two got married, they were already filing divorce. I still wonder if Tyler ever realized that he himself had a hand to play in all of this. After all, if he had never misled Paula, then she probably wouldn't have treated me the way that she did. In all honesty, though, I don't really care at all what happens to either of them at this point. I heard that after the two of them got divorced, that Tyler went to go and live with my parents, while Paula had to go and ask an uncle if she could stay with him. I heard that he said yes on the condition that she work in his factory. It doesn't sound like a very nice life at all. But that's just the way that things worked out. I didn't have a hand in any of this besides my brother's job. I would have thought that Tyler would have been more honest about our circumstances, but I understand why he would want to brag as well. Either way, he made his own bed, and now he can lie in it. If he wants to tell people that he achieved all he did without me, then I'll just make sure he's being honest about it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, you old hag, I have had enough of you sinking your claws into my brother. When are you finally going to give up on this and just let him go? Excuse me? Valerie, I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what you're talking about right now. Did something happen? I'm so confused. Where is any of this coming from? What is this about? Are you illiterate? Do you not read English or something? Or are you just playing dumb because you don't want to face up to the harsh reality that everyone else is living in? I'm still really not following. I'm sorry if I've done something to upset you, but I don't understand where this is coming from. Are you sure that you're texting the right person? I don't think I've ever seen you act this way before. Of course I have the right person. What other old hag would I be wasting my time to text like this, huh? But I guess I can see how you might have been distracting yourself. After all, you've been enjoying your fancy life living abroad this whole time, haven't you? You probably haven't even noticed what an old hag that you actually are. Valerie, I am still so confused about all of this right now. You do know that you're texting Aaron right now, right? I just don't get where all of this is coming from. I mean, I thought that we were getting along. I didn't even realize there were issues between us. I can't believe you actually thought that I would ever want to be friends with someone like you. The only reason why I was playing nice was for my brother's sake. I knew that if I was mean to you, then he would be really mad at me, and so I put on a little act to make sure that everyone was happy and that there were no problems. But now I am sick and tired of having to try and pretend like I can even stand being around you. So I'm going mask off and being real with you. But you mean this whole time you were just pretending to get along with me all for Max's sake? But really, this whole time you never had any intention of trying to be friends with me or get to know me at all? Well, no duh, Aaron. Why in the world would I want to get to know you? All I want from you now is to leave my brother alone. It's honestly just horrible the way that you've tricked him into loving you. I won't ever forgive you for this. You think that you're so special all because you were my private Italian tutor? But you were just using that position to try and weed your way into my family. And now you think you have something with my brother? Well, I refuse to play along and I want you gone. Valerie, please tell me this is some kind of joke. I mean, what has gotten into you to make you act this way? I didn't even do anything. You really are living in a fantasy world of your own making if you think that that's true for even a second. Honestly, don't you have anything new to say to all of this? Actually, shut up. I don't want to hear it. What you need to know is that I want you to keep away from my big brother forever, okay? Max deserves to be with someone young and beautiful. So don't think that just because you're all fancy with your living abroad and you're speaking a foreign language, that makes you anywhere near good enough for my brother. You're nothing but a fat, ugly loser who's old and will never be good enough for Max. Do you understand me? How could you say that? You really don't think I've been plotting something like this or that I ever had any bad intentions for you or your family, do you? I mean, the whole reason I ended up going to your house and meeting your family was to teach you Italian. Besides, I'm only 5 years older than your brother. Are you really saying that small of a difference in age is enough to upset you this much? That's exactly what I'm saying. And if you really can't see how an age gap like that would piss me off, then you probably already have dementia. Honestly, the fact that you can even talk or write in complete sentences is a miracle to me. But the point is that my brother is just too young for you. You'd be better off finding some grandpa to be with. How about I go to the retirement home and pick out a nice old man for you? That way, you can finally leave Max alone and get out of our lives. Valerie, you don't need to be saying any of this. Do you know that? I mean, if you really have this big of a problem of me being with your brother, why don't you go and talk to Max himself about it? I have tried talking to Max about it. Not just him, I've even gone to my parents about how much trouble you give us. But none of them listen to what I have to say. They just say that I'm being a little too obsessed with my brother's love life and that they thought it was getting to be a little creepy. And sure, I do love my brother a lot, maybe more than anyone in the whole world. But that doesn't mean that I have any kind of feelings for him that would be inappropriate for a sister to have. That's just disgusting. Right, I see. Well, either way, I'm sorry, but I still just can't understand the logic behind you acting this way. But if you'd like, maybe you could try talking to your parents and Max again, and I could be there as well. then we could all say what we want. After all, the reason I come over so often is to teach you Italian. Now, it was your mom who hired me as your teacher, but if you don't like me, then you might want to look for a new tutor. Oh, give me a break. You think I care if you come over and teach me? Of course I don't want you around anymore, but that's not the point. I need you out of my brother's life, not mine. And trying to sneak around like you're doing it as if it was ever going to make me feel better is just low. You're scum. You're nothing but dirt. I understand and appreciate these feelings that you've made very clear to me in this conversation, Valerie. But the fact is that I have no intentions of breaking up with Max at all. In fact, you should know that he proposed to me, and we were going to announce it to both of our parents soon. And now that I know all of these problems that you have with me, I guess it will be one more thing to discuss with your mom and dad. What? No, you two can't be getting married. That isn't fair. I won't allow it. You're doing the exact opposite of what I'm telling you to do, you old hag. I get why someone like you would want to marry my tall, handsome, smart brother, but the fact of the matter is that someone like you will never, ever be good enough for him, and you need to understand that. Well, you are more than entitled to your opinion on my relationship with your brother. That being said, we are engaged to be getting married. So I'm sorry that us being together is going to upset you, but I'm afraid that it's what's going to happen and nothing is going to change that. You sound so sure about that, don't you? But I guess that you and I will have to see about that in the end, won't we? Really? You mean you're seriously not going to drop it? I really wish that we could just put this behind us. Whatever. I seriously can't with you right now. It's clear that this whole conversation is just pointless. If you want to get married to my brother, then you can go ahead and try it. I clearly don't get a say in any of this, so you all can just do what you want. Okay, well, you say that, but I'm not sure that you really mean what I think you're saying there. But if you're really honest about none of this having anything to do with you, then I guess as long as you understand that, that's all that matters. So you do understand that your brother and I are going to be getting married and that nothing anybody can do is going to stop us. Whatever, you can say whatever you want. It's not like you were even trying to hear what I had to say to you to begin with. So I just have nothing else to say to you. I see. Well, I don't know what else to say to any of this.
Hey, Aaron, you there? I just wanted to say thank you so much for swiping right on me. I think that a girl like you is just my type. I'm so happy that you were okay with giving your number like this too, so thanks again for expressing your interest in me.
I'm sorry, but who is this? I'm afraid that I don't have your number saved in my phone. And I don't recall giving my number out to anyone lately, so would you mind telling me just how you got it?
Wait, what? This is Aaron, isn't it? It's me, George, from that dating app that we were both on. We exchanged a couple of messages and you seemed really nice, so I asked for your cell phone number and then you gave it to me and now I'm texting you.
I am really sorry about this, but I honestly have no idea what you're talking about at all right now. But I think you might have me confused with someone else because I'm not on any dating apps at all. In fact, I have a fiancé right now.
Wait, but you had photos on your profile. You said that you thought that I was really handsome in my photo. I thought that you and I were going to be a perfect match. Are you telling me that this whole thing is just one big lie? What is going on here?
I'm sorry, someone using my name said all of that to you? And this same person was the one who gave you my number?
Hold on a second, I'm still really confused. What the heck is going on here?
That's exactly what I want to know. I really have no idea how this could be happening with all this. But I'm telling you that I'm not on any dating apps and I'm already engaged. I really think that there must be some kind of mistake here. I mean, I don't really even know anyone named George.
I don't believe this, so then you really don't have any interest in me at all? I guess you don't even know who I am now that I think about it. Well, I guess I'm glad that I found out all of this before I got myself too invested in all this.
Again, I really am so sorry that you're going through all of this, but I just really don't even know what to say. I really have no idea about any of this.
But if that's the case, then that means that the person I was talking to wasn't actually Aaron. So that means that someone chose to use you to make a fake profile of and then try and talk to men. Would you happen to know anyone who's using one of these dating apps and who would want to do something like that to you?
Actually, now that you mention it, I can think of one person. Although I don't think she was trying to pretend to be me because she wanted to impersonate me. I think she was just trying to find a way to get another man to reach out to me and contact me like this.
Wow, that is just crazy. Why in the world would someone want to do something like that? And this person not only has your number, but a bunch of weird photos of you as well. I really don't mean to be presumptuous, but it sounds to me like this has got to be someone that you would know. I mean, if they had your number, then it wouldn't just be some stranger online. But I don't get it. Even if it was just a prank, I don't think it was all that funny.
Oh, trust me, I'm not laughing right now. I don't think this is funny at all. I mean, I'm just so much more confused than anything else right now, but I'm sure that you can at least sympathize with that.
I see. Well, I just feel embarrassed now. I mean, I really did think that you were my kind of girl, and now you're telling me that you're engaged? I suppose I couldn't interest you in having a little affair on the side, could I?
Yeah, I appreciate the kind offer, but that's just not going to happen. I love my fiancé, and we're really looking forward to being together. So I just really don't have any interest in other men, okay? And frankly, I'd like you to pretend like none of this ever happened. Although I really am sorry that this did happen to you, and I just hope that it didn't cause you too much trouble or pain.
Oh, of course, I completely understand. I just thought that, I should take a chance and ask, I mean, you never know. Anyways, I really do hope that you find out whoever set this all up. Bye.
Yes, well, I hope so too. Anyways, I hope you have a nice life and don't give up. I'm sure you'll meet someone one day. I can't believe this is actually happening. I am starting to get pretty sick of you. Do you know that? I thought I would have been rid of you by now. Oh, give me a break. I can't believe that you even have the gall to message me right now. You invited me over, we were having a lovely conversation to practice your Italian, and then you shoved me down the stairs? Well, I hope you got it all out of your system. I hope you dealt enough damage to finally be over this stupid grudge of yours. Well, I don't know what else you wanted from me. I tried to tell you that I wasn't going to be putting up with you, and you were refusing to listen to me that whole time. Besides, it was just a little push. But you said that you realized that this was between your brother and I. You said that you understood you weren't going to come between us. None of what you're about to say has any meaning on anything at all. I just thought that I'd be able to get you to finally give up on all of this by yourself. But I can see how wrong I was about that now, so I figured if you weren't going to listen to reason, then you might respond well to force. But I just wish that you could finally get the hint and leave my brother alone. He doesn't need or want to be with a grandma like you. Well, I am not going to let you get away with this. I was going to try and be patient with you while we worked through this. But now you've even tried to hide what you've done from the rest of your family. You know that you're guilty. No, I'm doing this all for my family. I'm protecting my brother from you and my parents from having you as their daughter-in-law. I know what's best for my brother, and you're not it. So why don't you ever take the hint and leave and never come back? Unless you're looking to get all battered up again. I am not going to let you get away with this. I thought if I gave you space that you would get this out of your system. But now you have taken this whole thing too far. Not only that, but you've done something that you can't take back. You are going to pay for this. Oh yeah, I'm so scared of whatever it is that you think you are going to be able to do to me. So go ahead and try it, see what happens. Oh, I will try it, don't you worry. But for now, I'll give you what you want and go home. But just don't come back to me crying when all of this goes belly up for you. And let me tell you now that I am sure this is not going to end how you think it will. Aaron, are you there? Please, you have to forgive me for yesterday. I really am so sorry for what I did to you. Can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me for what I did? I can come over to your place right now and apologize to you in person if that's what you want. I'll get on my hands and knees and beg.
I take it that you heard everything from your mom then? Like about how I'm not going to be funding your study abroad trip anymore? I bet you didn't see that one coming at all, but I'm sure you weren't happy to find out about it when you did.
Yes, you're right. It's just exactly as you say. I really had no idea that you were the one that was going to be paying for my study abroad trip. You never told me about it at all, but my mom explained that you were saving it as a surprise for me when the departure date got closer, so please, can you ever forgive me for what I've done?
You really do turn around fast, don't you? Just yesterday, you were just about ready to kill me. But no, to answer your question, I have no intention at all of forgiving you for the way that you've treated me. And I've already told your parents that there is no way I'll ever be convinced to fund a trip like that for you again. You're not even going to be getting a single penny from me, to say nothing about euros.
But Aaron, please, don't be like this. It doesn't have to be this way. You know that I don't have any money. It's always been my dream to go study abroad in Italy. I had no idea that you were preparing this all for me, and now I'm only finding out about it because it's not going to be happening anymore.
That's right. I really did want to support you and help you achieve that dream, but I just can't after the way you've been treating me. So if you want to go and study abroad in Italy, you're going to have to find a way to do it yourself.
But this isn't fair. You can't do this to me. I mean, I had no idea that you were even planning this. Why didn't you ever tell me about this?
Because I wanted it to be a surprise for you. That was what it was always meant to be. I was going to tell you about it all when it was your birthday. I talked to your mom about it first and got her permission. I really thought that you were deserving of the trip when I saw just how hard you were working on your Italian.
I still do deserve it. Please, you have to believe me. You can't just take this from me. I've been trying so hard to improve my speaking skills. You know that I've been studying hard every single day for the last year now. This has been my dream, and you're taking it away from me?
But you pushed me down the stairs yesterday, Valerie. Not only that, you waited until the rest of your family was away, and it was just you and I. What if I was really seriously injured, or worse? What if I had hit my head and died? Did you think about that?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt you or anything like that. I only wanted to surprise you a little so that you would finally listen to what I had to say about you and my brother being together.
But you said so yourself that you didn't think what went on between Max and I was any of your business. Not only that, but it still doesn't erase the fact that I really could have been hurt by what you did. I mean, you knew that the wedding was happening. I was literally over at your house to talk to Max and your parents about the wedding plans before you pushed me. You didn't just hurt me doing this, you've upset your family and really hurt your brother's feelings as well.
But, I mean, I was supposed to be the one who chooses what woman is good enough to marry my brother.
And you wanted to do that with violence? You have to know that the way you were acting just isn't appropriate, right?
I know, but it's just... Well, I'm trying to say that I'm sorry about it and you're not listening to me. Don't you get that I realize what I did was wrong?
I'm glad that you realize what you did was wrong, and I'm glad that you want to apologize for it. But doing those two things in no way obligates me to forgive you for what you did. And if you ask me, you've been getting off way too easily for the way that you've been acting. I think that you'll find the real world isn't as forgiving as your parents.
Yes, you're right. I promise to think about that when I act in the future. But please, just this one time, I need you to forgive me. Please help me study abroad.
The answer is no, and that is not going to change. If I gave you this one chance, then I'm afraid that you wouldn't learn your lesson and you'd never change. And if I forgave you for this, I don't think that I'd be able to respect myself for letting you get away with this.
But that's so cruel. How could you do this to me? I mean, you have to know that I had no idea you were managing a company while doing those Italian lessons. I had no idea of all the money that you were bringing in. This whole time, I thought that your plan was to quit your job and just become a housewife after getting married. Well, it sounds to me like you weren't doing a very good job of listening. I think you just heard what you wanted to or what confirmed your biases. But either way, I just hope that you actually do learn a lesson from all of this. Of course I've learned a lesson. That's why I think that I deserve to go on this study abroad trip. And you are more than welcome to hold those feelings, but I don't think it's fair to expect people to give you what you want just because you want it. Please, don't you see that I've learned my lesson? I get that what I did was wrong, and I know that I was taking you for granted. And I realize that I was lying to my brother about liking you, and I see now how it's all wrong. I should have never judged you and never tried to come in between you and my brother. I had no idea what a kind person you were, setting up everything for me without my knowing. But you're going to be my sister-in-law, so please, can't you find it in your heart to forgive me and help me out with this just this one last time? I really don't even feel comfortable being called your sister-in-law. But either way, I think that your family is going to be cutting you off. I mean, I'm sure that your mom has talked to you a little about this, right? But that's not fair. My family can't do this to me after you. I really am sorry, and I realize how wrong I was for acting in that way. I should have listened to you, but now you're not listening to me. I really am sorry for everything. Don't you get it? Yes, you've said that you're sorry several times now, and I am glad to hear that you regret your actions. You've apologized very kindly, and you might even be sincere about this, but you still haven't told me why you did this. I was so scared that you were going to take my older brother away from me. I didn't want to lose Max to you, and that's why I was so set on trying to sabotage your engagement to him. That much I can understand, but you also realize just how much you overreacted, right? Even after I had warned you that Max and I were very serious about each other. Even Max is sick of the way you've been treating me. Aaron, please, you have to talk to my parents about this, and Max too. None of them want to hear my side of the story. You're the only person I can turn to. I really don't think it's my place to talk to your family about what to do with you. And I don't think that I owe that to you either. But I've apologized. I'm sorry. Don't you get that? I'm sorry that I pushed you down the stairs. I shouldn't have done it, but now I'm begging you to forgive me. That's not all that you did, though. You also made a fake profile for me on a dating app, didn't you? And then you gave out my number to random guys pretending to be me. Wait, what? You can't actually think I would have ever done something like that, right? That's just way too much. I know the whole truth. Don't try and hide it from me any longer. You should have picked another guy to give my number to. What do you mean? I really have no idea at all what it is that you're talking about. I am talking about George. He was actually a really sweet man to talk to. He was also very cooperative in helping me get to the bottom of how he got my number. I was worried that I might have become the target of some kind of crime or something like that. I thought that my identity might have been stolen or something like that. Thankfully, George is a bit of a tech whiz and managed to track down the IP address of my dating profile. And wouldn't you know it, all of his hard work traced right back to you. You mean that there's technology that can do that kind of thing these days? That's right. And this is a form of identity theft and impersonation, so you could be liable for a lawsuit. But I was just trying different approaches to get rid of you. Oh, well, don't worry. I've already explained all of this to your brother. He was so let down when he found out just how far you went to try and come between us. But maybe you should take all that hard work you put into trying to get rid of me and find a job that can earn you money to go to Italy instead. Either way, I think we're done here. Have a nice life, Valerie. After that, George did actually go to the police and report Valerie for her fraud of impersonating me. Both her parents and her brother did nothing to help her at all. Valerie has no one else that she could turn to and had to deal with the entire police and court procedures all by herself. Of course, if you ask me, it was high time she learned that in the real world, your actions have consequences. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.